What if perfection is the deepest illusion we've created? What if the world is meant to be imperfect? What if striving for excellence while accepting imperfection is the paradox we're supposed to hold? Welcome to Open Heart. I'm Lou Leslin, your host. Here, we share ideas, stories, and questions with open hearts, so we can be kinder and wiser to ourselves and each other. Every week, I'll share my observations, ideas, and questions, and I love to hear yours too. Please send them to Lu, L-U, at leslincreativestudio.com. Today's topic is imperfection. In the last episode, we explored illusion, memory as reconstruction, roles as temporary, the self as ever-changing. Once you drop the illusion of coherence, you face what's always been true. You're imperfect, messy, cracked, always becoming, never finished. And that truth can feel heavy, even lonely, but it also holds the freedom to simply be. I have a habit. Wherever I meet someone from another country, I ask, how's life there? Is the government doing good things for the people? The answers sound familiar. Indifference, dismay, power grabs, corruption. It's easy to feel frustration or despair, to want something flawless. But I say, there's no perfect system. Perfection is an illusion we created to mask what we want. We say, if only the right leader, policy, or system, but it won't fix everything. Perfection isn't the goal. Function is. Imperfection is the core of human existence. Here's what helped me see this clearly. Our bodies hold both good and bad bacteria, and we need both to digest food. Those bad bacteria aren't enemies. They are part of the system. If our bodies require this balance, perhaps the world works the same way. We live in a perfectly imperfect world. Good and corrupt leaders, generosity and selfishness, growth and decay. Not because something went wrong, but because that's how systems work. The world isn't broken. It's functioning exactly as imperfect systems do. So, what do we do with this? We learn to appreciate imperfection, not tolerate it, not resign to it, appreciate it. Because appreciating imperfection in systems, people, and ourselves develops empathy and compassion. When you see imperfection as natural, not failure, you stop demanding the impossible from governments, others, and yourself. Maybe you felt that relentless whispering voice inside, the one telling you you're not enough, that mistakes mean failure. You're not alone. But here's where it gets complicated. I'm a pianist. I spent countless hours trying to perfect a passage, note by note, measure by measure, repeating until my fingers ache. I understand there's no perfection, but that doesn't stop me from getting closer to it. This is the paradox. Knowing perfection doesn't exist doesn't mean you stop striving for excellence. You hold both. The striving and the acceptance. That's the tension. I'll be honest with you. I live an orderly life. I need things organized. This order is unbearable to me. I have high standards for my work, for my space, for how I move through the world. And this is the source of my suffering. Because just knowing imperfection is the reality of the world, intellectually understanding it, doesn't help me let things go. Good enough is not good enough. I strive for excellence. So here I am, teaching you about imperfection while struggling with it myself. I know the world is imperfect. I know I'm imperfect. I know my work will always be imperfect. And still, I cannot let go of the standard. So what do? I remember episode 4, Human Bias, the cosmic joke of self trying to improve itself. I take a moment to laugh at myself. I say thank you for the things I have, and I move on. Not because I've resolved the paradox, but because staying stuck in it creates more suffering than holding it lightly. The practice isn't about eliminating the strive for excellence. The practice is laughing at how seriously I take it, pausing to feel gratitude, then moving forward anyway. Here's what I've learned. You can strive for excellence and accept imperfection at the same time. The pianist practices for hours, knowing perfection is impossible and plays anyway. The activist works for systemic change, knowing no system is perfect and works anyway. The parent tries to do right by their children, knowing they'll make mistakes, and tries anyway. This isn't contradiction. This is being human. We hold both, the striving and the acceptance, the effort and the release, the high standard and the compassion. That's the paradox we're supposed to hold. We live in a perfectly imperfect world. Not broken, not wrong, imperfect by design. The cracks aren't flaws. They're where the light gets in. The disorder isn't failure, it's part of the system. The mistakes aren't signs you're not good enough. They are signs you're human. Appreciating imperfection doesn't mean lowering your standards. It means holding high standards with compassion for the world, for others, for yourself. Imperfection is at the core of human existence. You can know this intellectually and still struggle with it practically. That's okay. That's the paradox. The practice. Laugh at how seriously you take yourself. Say thank you. Move on. Hold the striving and the acceptance together. That's what it means to be human in a perfectly imperfect world. And here's what happens when you embrace imperfection. You become ready for chaos. Not the chaos of disorder, but the functional chaos that breaks things down to build them back up. The chaos that fuels growth. That's where we're going next. Chaos. I'd love to hear your stories, thoughts, questions. Please send them to lou@leslincreativestudio.com. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Open Heart. This is a podcast where we share ideas, stories, and questions with an open heart so we can be kinder and wiser to ourselves and each other. Take care.